Danielle, thanks so much for joining us today.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Yes, and Danielle, I have to ask, first of all, how are you feeling and what can you tell us about your recent diagnosis?
So I'm feeling really well, thank you. I was diagnosed with stage 0 DCIS, which stands for ductal carcinoma in situ, back in July. And I mobilized very quickly, gathered as much research as I could, and with the decision of a medical team, made the decision to have my first surgery, which was a lumpectomy, in August. And then I had a follow-up surgery to that in September. And as of right now, there is no evidence of cancer in my body, but I still have more steps I need to take. I will most likely be starting radiation, and I will definitely be starting hormone therapy.
Well, a big congratulations to you in finding that out soon as possible and being that you're not seeing signs of cancer right now. And you had mentioned that you were at stage 0. What does that mean exactly, and why is early detection so critical for our viewers to hear about?
Yeah, so stage 0 means it's at its very first detectable point. For me, it was completely contained within a milk duct. And it's really important because last year I had a mammogram and it was clear. I had no cancer last year. And the Affleck Wellness Matters survey shows that 65% of millennials are either avoiding or delaying their annual exams. And my type of cancer that I had was high grade, which means it was aggressive. So if I had put off my own appointment for even a few months or a full year, who knows whether it would have still been stage 0. Cancer doesn't give you a warning when it's going to flare up.
Yeah, that really puts things into perspective, especially you saying you got it done last year, showed no signs. However, come around again, now showing signs. And you mentioned the Aflac survey that recently happened, and it says a lot of people either avoid or forget about their appointments. Clearly, you didn't, and that is a great thing because it made all the difference. But why would you stress the importance of not missing your appointments whenever it pertains to our health?
Well, I know that anecdotally, talking to my friends and family, the amount of people who were saying, yeah, I haven't had a mammogram in 2 years, or I've never had a mammogram, or I've been putting it off. And the Affleck Wellness Matters survey also showed how much people actually appreciate a gentle nudge from a friend or a family member to go and have their tests done. I don't like to bug anybody about anything, but I know that Topanga would have been the friend to remind you that it's time to go and have your mammogram. So if you grew up watching me on your TV screen, I'm that friend telling you now it's probably time for your mammogram.
I was going to say, I grew up watching you. So I'm like, yes, if Topanga's telling me, then I have to listen. And, you know, people appreciate that friendly nudge, like you mentioned, because it's not really until you know somebody who's done it that makes you feel a little bit comfortable, or maybe you have more questions. So I really appreciate you just getting the word out. And what would you say is your message to millennials and Gen Zers who grew up watching you when it comes to prioritizing their health and their well-being?
My message would be, we have grown up hearing that being selfless is a virtue, but we need to let go of that thought. Your wellness matters, your health matters. You need to take your health as a priority. You can't take care of anybody else if you're not taking care of yourself. So please, if you won't do it for yourself, will you please do it for me and stay on top of your annual exams?
Yes, Danielle, I will. And then I have to ask you, I mean, finally.
Thank you.
Yes, I have to ask you, I mean, what are you up to now? Any exciting new projects we should know about with you?
Yes, since 2018, I've moved behind the camera. I am a full-time director now. I've been directing for Lopez versus Lopez, which is premiering on NBC this Friday night. And I've also been directing for Wizards Beyond Waverly Place for Disney Channel. So 2 shows I know people are eagerly anticipating.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, congratulations on being behind the camera, because again, that's like a whole nother skill set to learn in directing. So kudos to you for taking that on. And again, thank you again, Danielle, for joining us and just really enlightening me and our viewers about the importance of getting those health screenings. Appreciate it.
I appreciate your time. Thank you.
Of course. And to our viewers, you can find out more by going to aflac.com/wellnessmatters.